When people talk about funk music, they usually mention cities like Detroit, Dayton, New Orleans, or Los Angeles. But hidden inside the nation's capital, another sound was growing. It was raw, rhythmic, and soulful. A sound born from the streets of Washington, D.C. It wasn't polished for mainstream audience, but it was real, gritty, and it carried the heartbeat of a community. At the center of that movement was a band whose music became part of the foundation of a rare groove culture, underground funk, and black musical history. The centerpiece of today's video is all about the Young Senators. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro.
Washington, D.C. was more than politics, monuments, and government buildings. It was a city filled with black creativity, local talent, and a vibrant music scene. Neighborhood clubs became gathering places for musicians. Live bands dominated the nightlife, and young artists searched ways to express themselves through rhythm and soul. Out of this environment was a group named the Young Senators. It was formed in 1965 by Jimmy Duggins, Calvin Charity, Derek David, Frank Hooker, James Johnson, Leroy Fleming, and Warnell Jones. They was all teenagers in high school. They initially started off as a band doing MOTOWN style soul, but gradually evolved into a funkier style. The band formed during the rise of funk music in America, inspired by artists like James Brown, Sly and the Family Stone, and Parliament-Funkadelic. The group developed a sound rooted in groove, rhythm, and social energy. But unlike many commercial acts, the Young Senators carried the personality of Washington, D.C. itself. What separated the Young Senators from many groups of their era was their rawness. Their music wasn't overly polished, it felt alive. Their sound blended funk grooves, raw harmonies, Latin percussion, and psychedelic textures. The result was music designed to make people move, physically and emotionally. In 1971, the group released their debut single, Jungle. The song captured everything that made the Young Senators unique. Although mainstream success remained limited, the record became highly respected among DJs, collectors, and underground music fans. Over time, it evolved into a rare groove classic. The song rose to #1 on the local and regional R&B charts, which led to an opportunity for the group to meet Eddie Kendricks, who had just begun his solo career. Kendricks asked the band leader, Jimmy Duggins, if the band wanted to be his backing band. The song Jungle was bundled with the song The Way Things Are, which was released on their label Innovation. The song is credited with the pioneering prototype for the go-go subgenre of funk music. That same year, they released a follow-up single, Ringing Bells. Other songs that the band released that are worth mentioning are Ride the Tide, and Boogie Music. The group began extensively touring with Eddie Kendricks, and in 1972, they recorded with him on his second studio album, People Hold On. Through their collaboration, they became the first road band to record with a major Motown artist. The song, Girl You Need to Change Your Mind, from the Kendricks album, later became popular in New York City dance clubs. The group later provided background vocals for Eddie Kendricks' hit song, Keep On Truckin', that was released in 1973. was a brief rivalry between the Young Senators and the Soul Searchers, as both groups was looked at as innovators of go-go. However, shortly after the Young Senators left to tour with Eddie Kendrick, the rivalry between them was eased, which allowed the Soul Searchers to become more prominent in Washington, D.C. as the Young Senators was no longer around. The band was built for live audience. Their performance was energetic, unpredictable, and deeply interactive. In the 70s, live music was central to the black nightlife culture. Bands had to earn respect in real time, and the Young Senators understood how to control a room through every rhythm. Funk music represented more than just entertainment. It became a reflection of black urban identity during the 70s. The Young Senators created music that reflected community pride, struggle, celebration, and freedom of expression. Their music felt connected to everyday people, and audience responded to that authenticity. Like many talented funk groups of that era, the Young Senators faced industry challenges, limited promotion, changing trends, and competition from larger labels. Despite strong musicianships and powerful live shows, mainstream exposure remained difficult to achieve. Many funk bands of that period experienced similar struggles. They all possessed great music, but had limited industry support. During the mid-70s, the band disbanded, although they did reform with new members in 2017, where they are still actively performing. The Young Senators represent something important in music history. Not every influential group become global superstars. Some artists shape culture quietly through authenticity, musicianship, and through records that survive because people truly love them. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by the Young Senators, or your favorite song they played on? Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.